You're listening to the Infinite Bliss Daily Meditation Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Robinson, the Gregarious Hermit. Hi everybody, welcome and thank you for joining me. So this week it's Beginner's Meditation Week, so we're going to go through a lot of different things this week that will just introduce you to meditation and help you establish a practice that will last a lifetime. So there's a few little things, nothing major, it's not rocket science, but there are a few little things that you can do to really help your meditation practice. But before we get into that, I am just going to do our usual relaxation meditation. So this is the most basic form of meditation that you can do, and technically it's a mindfulness meditation where we are using our awareness and focusing on something physical within the body, and typically that's breathing. And so that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to focus on our breathing so much that our mind doesn't even get a chance to jump in there with a comment. And, so again, this is the foundation of all meditations pretty much. Mindfulness, just focusing on something so strongly that your mind doesn't get a chance to talk. So the most important part of meditation is physical relaxation. And that's the part that people love to skip over and rush ahead to try and do battle with their mind. So instead, we're going to slow down, take our time, and we're going to relax our body. And that'll make our mind feel safe. All right, so sit nice and comfortably. Make yourself nice and tall with your spine as straight as you can. Just give yourself a moment, wiggle yourself in your seat, make sure you're comfortable. And then when you're ready, you can just close your eyes. And then starting with your feet, just feel them pressing into the floor. You can feel your arches relaxing and just sinking into the carpet. If you pay really close attention, you may even feel a little tingle there. There's something traveling between your feet and the ground. And then moving on up to your calf muscles. Allow them to relax. Just let them hang down behind the knee. Just release any tension. You can feel that gentle tug of gravity just pulling them downwards. And now moving on to your thighs and your hamstrings. Just let those big muscles relax. Imagine that they're like a giant piece of butter just melting in the sun. Feel them melting into your seat cushions. Feel that little bit of pressure on the underside of your legs. And then moving up to your lower back. Make sure your pelvis is tipped forward slightly so your spine is up nice and tall and straight. Relax those muscles around your kidneys. Just feel the muscles expanding outwards slightly as you relax and release all the muscle tension. And then let's move a little higher up to our upper back, our neck, and our shoulders. Imagine that somebody placed a really warm beanbag right across your shoulders. And it's one of those really heavy ones, so you can feel the weight pressing down on your shoulders. Make sure your elbows aren't locked so that your shoulder blades can drop down slightly. Moving on up to your neck. Make sure your head is balanced perfectly on top of your shoulders. You can just tip it forward slightly or tip it backwards until you find that neutral spot. There's a point where the muscles release and your head just balances there all on its own. Make sure you're not squinting or frowning, and allow your jaw to relax. You don't want to clench your teeth, but just allow your teeth to separate slightly. Now that we've taken our time to go through our body and relax, now we can turn our attention to our breathing. And the easiest place for most people to follow the breath is in the chest. You can just feel that gentle rhythm as you breathe in and breathe out. You'll feel your lungs gently expanding and contracting. Try to make that breathing as gentle as you can without holding your breath or restricting your breath. Just imagine it's like a gentle wave on the ocean, slowly moving up and then pausing before it slowly moves down again. You want to just watch that gentle motion. It's very slight and it's very subtle, but it's always there, even if you forget about it. So it serves as a good anchor to always remind us to come back to the breathing. So if you do end up following a story or a conversation, at some point you'll notice, and so you can just return to your breathing. Don't create any more drama. Just relax, release the muscle tension, and then just start watching your breathing. Just like a gentle wave rising and falling. Let's do that for 4 minutes. So just in silence, just notice your chest gently rising and falling. So that's the end of our 4 minutes. So you can just relax. Just notice how calm your body feels right now. When you finish your meditation, you should just scan through your body again very quickly and just make note of what you feel. What emotion do you feel? Do you feel calm, peaceful, or is there something else? Maybe you weren't able to fully relax, so just make note of that. And then start to become aware of the room around you. Listen for any sounds, any smells maybe. Feel your feet pressing against the floor. Feel yourself sitting in your seat. And then when you're ready, just open your eyes and come on back. All right. So that is the most basic form of meditation, and that's the ultimate goal of meditation as well. It is a little bit tricky to master though, and it's maybe not so easy for beginners to do. But I just wanted to show you that that is really where we're heading with meditation. But breathing becomes so subtle and so calm that it's actually sometimes too difficult to follow it, and you end up following the thoughts in your head instead. So, again, that's why it's a little bit tricky. And I wanted to point that out to you because that does lead to a lot of frustration. People very often, when they start meditating, they have just a wonderful experience. The first time they sit down, close their eyes, they just have these amazing, blissful states that they reach. And, they think, this is great. It solved all my problems. I feel fantastic. But then, you start to get used to what you're doing, and your mind gets used to you sitting down to meditate. And so it starts to get distracted again, and it just goes on doing the thing that it's always done. And so, there are many different types of meditation, and I'm going to teach you a different one each night this week so that you'll get a flavor for the different varieties of meditation that are available. And hopefully one of them resonates with you, and that can become your go-to meditation. We're all built a little differently, so different meditations work for different people. So we're going to continue the discussion after the break. But I'll be back again tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for you early birds that want to do meditation before work. And then tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock, we'll be carrying on with this beginner's meditation week. So stick around. I'll be right back. And thanks for joining. Bye.